headed up to D.C. now, joined by Senator Tommy Tuberville. And this is a crazy story. And so I want y'all to listen closely here to what's going on. Senator Tuberville, you guys had a great event yesterday. Outkick wrote about it. People can go read about it there. Several different senators, several of the women senators in the Republican caucus. The Biden administration is trying to rewrite Title IX so that if men identify as women, you wouldn't be able to challenge their gender, and that would be protected under Title IX. Now, I'm simplifying that in some sense, but this is next-level bonkers. For people who might not be following this, what in the heck is going on?
Well, Title IX, I grew up with Title IX, and I was coaching high school when it was implemented. And the one thing that they have actually got right up here in this clown show we call Washington, D.C., is Title IX. It gave the right for girls to have the same as boys in terms of facilities and different numbers.
And scholarships for people out there who wonder how this works. It basically says guys and girls get similar numbers of athletic scholarships, college campuses, if you're getting federal funds. So I think most people out there are like, okay, I kind of agree with this. This makes sense. What are they trying to do now?
116 pages of new regulations, Clay, that they've written to change Title IX. And basically it says that we're not going to give you any federal funding at your schools if you did not allow young boys or men to participate in girls' sports. It's absolutely ridiculous. They've lost their damn mind, and we're going to fight it to the end. I've never seen anything like this. You see the Democrats go to a certain point on a lot of entities. This is absolutely over the top. It's not going to fly. President Trump, obviously, he's all on top of this, but this is an attack on the family. It's a continued attack on gender, the nuclear family. It's embarrassing, and you even hear Vladimir Putin talk about it. In interviews of what's the West doing? They're allowing men to play in women's sports. What is this? I mean, he's exactly right.
Senator Tuberville, this is coming straight from the White House. Is that fair to say? I mean, who is pushing this so aggressively and trying to use Title IX and Title IX funding as an ideological weapon to force people to say that, men can get pregnant and all the rest of it?
It's just an attack on our society. Number one, transition the United States into something that's never been. And again, what's the best way to do that is go straight after the family. And they're accomplishing a lot of things with that. It's just amazing that all the championships now that boys and men have won against women. Women basically are going to be playing for second, third, and fourth place. No chance to win because it's just different. It's a different mentality. It's a different bone structure, strength, all those things. We know all that. But the bottom line is it's just crazy, and they're going to push this to the end. There's a lot of young people that are on Joe Biden's staff. He probably doesn't know this is happening, but they all make these decisions behind the scenes, and they just push it until they figure out whether it's going to go through or not. We're having a lot of people fight against it, but I'm telling you, it worries me to death. We've got women that are in the Senate. I've had a bill on the floor about this to stop this nonsense, and women that have daughters and granddaughters vote against me on this bill. It is absolutely asinine.
You coached college football for a long time. You coached high school football. You mentioned your experience with Title IX, Auburn, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Cincinnati. You've coached a lot of different places. A lot of people out there have watched you coach over the years. Would you have ever believed, because this is something where I just look at it, I mean, and I think if you had told me 20 years ago that in 2024 we'd be sitting around talking about it trying to become illegal under American law for you to question whether a dude is a girl and can become a women's champion, it's so crazy that I don't think I would have even believed you in 2004. Heck, I wouldn't have believed you in 2008. I wouldn't have believed you in 2012. Can you believe that this is actually even debatable as a guy who worked in sports and worked in a college athletic department for as long as you did?
Well, I've been up here 3 years in this clown show, And I've never seen the silliness, the absolute silliness of what the Democrats want to push on the American people. It is every day. It's something else. It's just, it might be something small, then it works into something big. But this is to a point here where, and again, you said this earlier, they're trying to convince people that men can have babies. Now, that just goes to show you how over the top these people are. We've got a mental illness in this country that is, I thought we had a handle on it about 10 years ago, but it's gotten worse now. It's gotten worse, getting to a point where nobody even recognizes it. And that's all this is. This is mental illness. It's a mental illness that people want to do something that they're not structurally built to do. And we have got to stop this, and we'll stop it if we can get control of the White House and the Senate next year, and we'll get it back to some kind of normal day in and day out activities. But right now, I'm just astonished that they even think that we could do this.
Senator Tuberville, what are your Democrat colleagues in the Senate? What do they really think on this? To the degree you can speak to this, do they really think that a man should be able to play on the women's soccer team, and do they make this argument even in private, or are they just terrified of the woke left base that they have now nurtured over many years, which is effectively insatiable and psychotic?
Bingo. You just hit it. You've got people up here in the Democratic Party that are senators and Congress people, and they are so afraid of this woke mentality, the far, far progressive left. They're afraid to get attacked because they speak up. Now, one thing I'll give these people on the far left and the progressive that's pushing this nonsense, they don't back down. They'll go after you. And I'm telling you, the Democrats are scared of that side of the party. So what do? They just fall in line with them. You never hear them say a word. They just get in line like ducks, swimming around a pond. I mean, they never say a word. They do exactly what they're told to do, and they know that they can get reelected if they do that, but they do not want controversy in their party. And there's going to be controversy. There's going to be a lot of controversy because we're going to continue to bring it up. We're going to continue to fight it, and we're going to expose the Democrats that are not fighting with us against this craziness.
I don't even think this is remotely political, and I know you feel this way, Senator. White, black, Asian, Hispanic. I think a lot of dads and moms out there who aren't even politically engaged at all see this and just think it's bonkers. I think it's going to have an impact in 2024. I really do. But I wanted to hit you with this last question. I'm sure you have seen it. You came out of the world of football. You're now in the Senate. What are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers? I'm sure you've seen this. New York Jets quarterback. There now is talk that he is the leading contender. It's even moved beyond when we started this show to potentially be the vice president running alongside of RFK Jr. You're a football guy. Aaron Rodgers, VP. How would you break down that?
It's hard to break down. I heard that this morning when I was reading. I get up about 5 in the morning and read for about an hour, and I saw this, and I thought it was Babylon Bee or something. It was kind of a joke, and all of a sudden I see it on another channel. This can't be true. That's not going to happen. There's no way. No. There's a lot of far things that are far-fetched up here that could happen. And, I've liked RFK Jr. I listened to him. He's got some great points. He's fighting hard, but this is one step too far because whoever you pick as a vice president is the next step to being the president of the United States, the leader of the free world. And so I don't think that's going to fly very well. But it got a lot of attention, and that's what a lot of people do up here to get attention.
Senator Tuberville, keep up the good fight, sir. I know you had Nick Saban up on Capitol Hill talking NIL. It's a crazy world where you got Alabama and Auburn coming together, cats and dogs living together, right?
I'm telling you, this NIL is going to be feast or famine. I don't know which way it's going, but it could make it great, or it's going to run it straight to the bottom. And I'm afraid the latter is the one that's going to happen because it is really out of hand.
I'll see you soon. Appreciate it, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's Senator Tommy Tuberville, great state, Alabama.